We start, Sheila? Right.
Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not unto seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed which is Christ. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of God in Christ, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise. But God gave it to Abraham by promise. Wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come, to whom the promise was made, and was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. Now a mediator is not a mediator of one, but God is one. Is the law then against the promises of God? God forbid. For if there had been a law given which could have given life, verily righteousness should have been by the law. But the scripture hath concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Jesus Christ might be given to them that believe.
Thank you. So, what's he trying to say there?
He's saying that the promise of God is not disannulled by the law.
Okay.
And that there was no law that could give righteousness.
So when he says 430 years, what's he referring to there?
430 years after
The covenant
With
between Abraham and God.
Abraham, yeah. So Moses is 430 years after Abraham. So Abraham and his offspring were circumcised, weren't they? Way before the Mosaic law came in 430 years later. Now, the important thing is with Islam is going back to verse 16. If you could repeat that, Terry, just that one verse. It's a good one to remember.
Now to Abraham and to his seed were the promises made. He saith not unto seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ.
Yeah, so the seed was Isaac, Ishak, who was going to bring through the Messiah. Islam says it's Ishmael because of the seeds, plural. You have one with Hagar outside of marriage, the servant, and you have one boy with Sarah eventually in marriage, yeah? So it's saying the promise came through a seed, not seeds. Yeah, we know that, don't we?
We do, but why does it say to thy seed, which is Christ?
Well, that was the promised Messiah, came through that line. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
Okay.
And then Mary, Joseph eventually. Okay?
you get it repeated several times in the Bible.
Yeah.
Isaac, Abraham, and
I am the God of those three,
Yeah.
It wasn't a promise just made to Abraham with the land and everything. It was repeated to the offspring. Yeah? But that's not the point. I just wanted to establish the foundation of where we're going. Right, now if you can do, we're going to do chapter 4 now. So Di, if you can do the first, 5, please?
Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, does not differ at all from a slave, though he is master of all, but is under guardians and stewards until the time appointed by the Father. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons.
Yeah, so he likens it to, like the child is going to be the heir to the estate, but they don't get the estate until they're fully grown. And Christ became that promise. 6, Nancy, please, down to 10.
But this is Galatians 4.
Yes.
Yes. And because you are sons, God hath sent forth the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Therefore you are no longer a slave, but a son, and as a son, then an heir through God. However, at that time when you did not know God, you were slaves to those which by nature are no gods. But now that you have come to know God, or rather to be known by God, how is it that you turn back again to the weak and worthless elementary things to which you desire to be enslaved all over again? You observe days and months and seasons and years.
That's it. So what's he trying to remind them? Previously he said, Christ is superior to the law. He's superior to the Torah. And what's he saying here?
Don't put yourself back under bondage.
Yeah, don't go back under the law. Don't go back under that. So, Pat, please, 11 to 16.
11 to 16. I am afraid of you, lest I have bestowed upon you labour in vain. Brethren, I beseech you, be as I am, for I am as ye are. You have not injured me at all. You know how through the infirmity of the flesh I preached the gospel unto you at the first. And my temptation, which was in my flesh, it ye despised not, nor rejected, but received me as an angel of God, even as Christ Jesus. Where is then the blessedness you speak of? For I bear you record that if it had been possible, you would have plucked out of your own eyes and have given them to me. And therefore I become your enemy, because I tell you the truth.
Yeah, so before they would have done anything for him, but now he's become their enemy because he's like speaking in black and white to them. Derek, 17, 18, please.
They zealous of effect you, but will ye that they would exclude you first, ye may affect them. But it is good to be zealous of affecting always ye in good things, and not only when I am present with you.
And then Sheila, 19 down to 23, please.
My little children, for whom I labour in birth again until Christ is formed in you, I would like to be present with you now and to change my tone, for I have doubts about you. Tell me, you who desire to be under the law, do you not hear the law? It is written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by a bondwoman, the other one by a free woman. But he who was of the bondwoman was born according to the flesh, and he of the free woman through promise.
There we are. So what's he saying? Abraham had how many children? 2. So we got Ishmael, who came first. He was of the flesh. And then Isaac was of the spirit. I mean, God, that was supernatural, wasn't it? What was Sarah, 90 years of age? And then he was going to slaughter him, the only child he'd been waiting for all his life, and he was prepared to kill him, which is like Christ. So which one was the bondwoman and which one is the free one?
Well, it's Hagar, it's the bondwoman.
From Hagar.
It's the free woman.
The free woman, his wife, yeah. One was a wife, one was the maidservant, the bondwoman. Right, carry on, John, please, for down to 27.
The sun has gone off.
John.
27.
Please.
from
Sorry, no, we're down to 27.
which things are an allegory. For these are the two covenants, the one from Mount Sinai, which gendereth to bondage, which is Hagar. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. For it is written, Rejoice, thou barren, thou bearest not, break forth and cry, thou that travailest not, for the desolate hath many more children than she which hath an husband.
Right, so he says Hagar is symbolic of Sinai in Arabia, where they got the law, and answereth to Jerusalem. So it's subject to Jerusalem on earth. And then he takes it one further again. There's a Jerusalem in the heavens, which is one stage better than Sarah. Again, it's the children of her have got more than the children of the wife. So you've got the bondwoman, the wife, and then the Jerusalem above. And it was then, when I was doing the Hebrew, some good things came out. So we'll finish off the chapter and then go to that. So Terry, 28 down to 31, please.
Now we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. But as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him, that was born after the Spirit, even so it is now. Nevertheless, what saith the Scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son. The son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman. So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free.
Amen.
Yeah. So once Isaac started growing up, Ishmael started giving him hassle, didn't he? And in the end, she said, "Well, get that person out into the, out of the house." But even God provided, didn't you? Remember when Hagar went out with Ishmael? God did provide to sustain them. But nonetheless, they were to cast them out of the household. Now the true heirs come in. It's saying, now you're believers, you cast out the law because you're a believer in Christ Jesus, aren't you? You know what I mean? You've got something superior, the real things come, if you like. So it says, and what happens to us will be persecuted by fleshly people, but nonetheless cast them out. So Jerusalem above is far greater than on earth. Right, now go to Di, please. Psalm 119.
Psalm 119.
Psalm 119, you got it? Yeah. Har Sinai, what does that mean? Have a guess. Another Har is Har Megiddo, Armageddon.
I don't know what you're going to get at.
Mountain, Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai. So Har is Hebrew for mountain, okay? Mount is Har. Now, going through your 119 Di, please. Can you list the alphabet in Hebrew?
Aleph,
Yeah,
Bet,
yeah,
Gimel,
yeah,
Dalet,
yeah,
He,
yeah,
Wa,
yeah,
Zayin,
yeah,
Hef,
yeah,
Tef,
yeah,
Yod,
yeah,
Kaf,
yeah, yeah,
Lamed, Nun, oh sorry, no, Mem, Nun, Samak, Awin,
Ayin, yeah.
P,
Pay.
Sade,
Yeah.
Qoph,
Coof, yeah, or cave, yeah.
Resh,
Yeah,
Shin,
yeah.
Tar,
That's it. Ta. So that's your 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, okay? So I thought you could do it this week rather than me. So the first letter of Sinai is Samek, okay? So what's Samek?
Must be 60.
There we are, 60, okay? So we got a 60. Then Sinai, the second letter is a Yod, like an I or Y or Y,
10.
which is
10.
10. And then we got the N, which is Nun. N is 50. And then they put another little Yod on it. So it's Sinai. S Yod, Nun Yod, Sinai. Okay, that's the name of the mountain. So what does that add up to?
What, the whole thing?
Yeah.
130.
130? And how many tens, which is earthly perfection, in 130?
13.
So it's 10 by 13. So they got the law, but it only produces sin. It only highlights sin, doesn't it? 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10. Now, where's the Holy Mountain in Jerusalem?
Zion.
Zion. Holy Mount Zion. Oh no, I didn't. So Zion in Hebrew is Zadi, I-O, and it actually begins with a T, it says Zion, but there you go. So what's Zion? You've got your numbers there.
7,
Now, that's a Z on its own.
90.
A Zadi is, it's a TZ,
90.
90. So you got a 90, then you've got an I, Yod, okay,
10.
10. Then you've got a Vav, or no, that's what the vowels mainly are Vavs, which is V or W, A, E, I, O, U, or
Is it 6?
A, E, O, U,
Six.
6, yeah. And what's our last one on the word Mount Zion? N, which is none.
50.
50. So we've gone from Sinai to Mount Zion. And that adds up to,
156.
John's got it right there. And how many 13s in 156? Bearing in mind 12, 12 is 144, which is the holy Mount Zion in the heaven.
12.
So it's 12 by 13. So it's gone from an earthly times 13, 10 by 13 in Sinai, to a 12 by 13 in Israel. So it's God's place where he'll deal with sin, and he did deal with sin with Christ eventually. But the law and all that on earth can do you nothing, because it's heavenly Mount Zion which has all the children. And Christ comes down and gives you perfect salvation, doesn't he? So even the law at Zion, where it's given, and the law in Sinai, and the law in Zion, where it was enacted, could never give you freedom from sin. It could only atone for your sins annually, never take away your sins.
I don't see what you're getting by the numbers.
I just think 10 by 12,
So 10
And then
is
12 by
10, yeah. What is the
13.
significance of the 10?
Sorry?
The significance of the 10 and the 13.
That is God's place,
So it's just
which is the other one, Sinai, is subservient. Arabia is subservient to Jerusalem.
see where I just don't get it is I thought 10 was testing and 13 was rebellion.
13 is sin and rebellion.
Yeah.
10 isn't always testing, no.
10 and 40 are.
40 is, yeah.
And 10.
No, 7, 40. Noah. There's many 10s that show an earthly perfection, and many 12 show a heavenly perfection. The testing is 40, and then you get like the 40, and then Jesus rose in 10 days and then sent the Holy Spirit, or you get like the days of awe, which are the coming at the end between for Jerusalem. But 10 isn't the number of testing, 40 is the number of testing. Give me an example.
I know John's one that he uses is the 10 tests in the wilderness, but I
Now, there were 10
understood-
tests, yeah.
Yeah, I understood that
It's not-
there were 10 was 10 and 40 were testing. One was ordained by God and one was ordained by the flesh. Now, let me just think which way around it was. So 10 was when it came from God and 40 was when it was come from Satan. I might have that wrong. But that's what I understood. I'd have to...
But there were like 10 generations and then Noah.
Yeah.
And then on the 10th generation, God said,
No.
boom, that was it. There were 10 tribes that broke away, weren't there? They wanted to do it their way, whereas the 2 or 3 tribes decided to stay there. But it should have been 12, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
It should have been God's number was 12. And when they returned with Christ, it'd be 12 by 12,000. It's not 10 by 12,000. So, you're not wrong in what you say, but 10 is also earthly, not perfection, but completeness, and 12 is heavenly completeness.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've not heard that one before.
I'll get you some more if you want.
10 being, I've not heard that 10 being used as earthly completeness.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I've just not heard that before.
Right.
Okay. So where do we get those? Even if we say okay, 10 is earthly completeness.
What I'm trying to say is, the law was given at Sinai
Yeah.
under Moses,
Yeah.
and that was sort of one level.
Yeah.
Then they had Holy Mount Zion where they actually performed it and had worship to God, and that was another level, which is the difference between Hagar and Sarah. One is bond, one is free, but the Jerusalem above, going up the stage again, it's freer again, isn't it? And we are children of the promise. We are now sons or daughters, sons of God rather than slaves. So he's released us from the law, hasn't he? When the fullness of Christ came, we're released from the law. So he's like, I've only ever seen it as a 2-stage, it's Hagar and the Sarah, but he's saying Hagar is subservient to this one, to Jerusalem, but the Jerusalem above is even more. There's like 3 steps in that verse, yeah? The verse that jumped out was (25), or you can say 24 and 25. Do you want to read those 2 in a minute?
Yeah. Wherefore the law, no, not that one. That one. 24.
24.
3:24. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ, that we might be justified.
No, 24, verse 4, chapter 4.
Which things are an allegory, for these are the 2 covenants, the one from the Mount Sinai, which gendereth to bondage, which is Hagar.
So the law was given at Sinai, bondage.
Yeah. You see, I'm just not quite getting that. Where you see the 3.
Go on, 25.
Okay, for this is Hagar Mount Sinai in Arabia and answers to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children.
So although they're children, not pastors, they're still in bondage in Mount Zion. Yeah?
Okay, got it. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Yeah, so we're talking to Christians now. The Jerusalem girl is the mother of all, isn't she? But she's free. She's really free.
Yeah.
There's Ishmael that's not under the law. There's the Jews that are under the law in Jerusalem, but then there's those that have been released from the law in Christ. It's like a 3-step, yeah? Yeah.
So Ishmael is under the law.
Pardon?
Ishmael is under the law.
When he was circumcised, he was, yeah. But whether they all are, you know. That's all I'm saying is it came out at 12 by 13 and 10 by 13. I thought there might be a significance in that.
What is 13?
Sin and rebellion. Give you an example. Christ died on the cross. He was 13 by 13 by 13. Jesus of Nazareth. He died for the sins of the world. 13 was the first rebellion in the Bible, wasn't it? When the 12 kings
Yeah.
shook Hagar or someone else. That's in Genesis. Number 13, Ishmael was circumcised at 13. And Isaac was 8, with 8th day. So he was 13 years, the other was 8 days. Islam worships on the 13th day of the week, don't they? 7 plus 6 on Friday. It's 13th day. Whereas Christ rose on the 8th day. New beginning. 8 were in the ark, weren't they? 8 normally means, start again, new beginnings. 13 is sin, going against God. What's another 13, John? There's
I'm thinking, I can't think offhand of another 13.
I was thinking of just Revelation
Oh.
13:13.
Yeah.
About the Antichrist.
Wasn't Solomon doing the Lord's house something like so many years and 13 doing his own? In Kings?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
1 Kings 9, 10. Ooh.
Can I just ask on this? What
7:1.
Yeah, how many husbands, how many wives did he have? Quite a few, wasn't it? He was told not to marry foreign wives.
Solomon was building his house 13 years. And he
Well
was
done, John.
building-
Yeah. 1 Kings 7:1. So he built the Lord's house,
Yeah.
but his own house, which he couldn't get in order, it was 13 years.
do you think Solomon was saved at the end?
Doesn't matter what I think.
Ishmael
What it says.
was 13.
He brought the line, the peace, because Shlomo is peace and Nathan is gift. So it's a gift of peace, Mary, Joseph's son, Jesus. So he gave the line, didn't he?
He did give the line. It's just sad he went off.